Hi, my name is Ben Carter. I'm Product Director at End User Services here at Pearson, and I'm responsible for such products such as MyCloud. Been working on it for about 2.5 years now. Metrics have been a key part of the product development process for us. Although I have to say, a bit of a challenge is what's the right metric for you. When looking at internal services, how do you gauge the success of a product? So often people tend to gauge success in how much money they make. That's obviously not the case for us. So initially we looked at simple metrics of interaction, so clicks for example. And that got us by to start with. We knew people were interacting with the service. But later on we realised we needed much better quality metric, and this is consumer metric. We wanted to know if people liked it, not just used it, but really liked it. So from then on we introduced a number of pop-ups, NPS, Net Promoter Score pop-ups. We've done a bunch of surveys as well, so that anytime we can understand what people feel about the service. And I guess probably the next iteration was to make sure we could make that data useful. So it's now in a Gecko board in real time, so we can see it happening. And that's really helped us shape that product. So I think it's really been a case of developing those metrics from start to finish. And if I can say anything now, it's probably that just assume you'll need metrics. A lot of the time we didn't build Google Analytics into our code, we just didn't think about it. And sure enough, the very things you don't build analytics into are the things you end up wanting to find data about. So now, general rule of thumb, we put analytics in absolutely everything.
You spoke earlier about actually getting involved with real people and looking people in the eye. Can you talk a little bit about those metrics?
Yeah, so I think there's nothing wrong with good qualitative analysis. So understanding people, doing focus groups, asking people what they think, and you can do that so simply. Even by the way that people have interacted with us is that often some of the support tickets we've received, we've often been so interested by the complaint, the query, that we've just contacted the user and asked them to explain what it is, what was the problem. We often find with a lot of the work that we do that the challenge isn't always about our product, it's often about the wider experience. And I think sometimes you forget what people are like at the state and when they interact with your product. I think that's really important. Sometimes people can get positive or even really negative data, and they can often think it's purely down to their product, when in fact actually it might have been something that user was doing just beforehand or early that morning. So I think you really need to understand the whole journey, and there's no real, no substitute at all for meeting your customers, whether they be internal ones or learners or whoever.
Thanks, Ben.
It's all right.